Hey, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to use your spreadsheet on your cell phone. So, the reason you want to use your spreadsheet on your cell phone is so that you can track your expenses. Now, when we're out and about, when we're doing our errands, we always have our cell phone with us. So, this is really going to be a great way for you to use this spreadsheet no matter where you are and no matter what device you're using. So the Google Sheets icon is here on my screen. It's at the very top. The second from the left is the green icon. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to bring up our spreadsheet. Now, I happen to have mine already pulled up, but if you have something else showing up, then all you want to do is navigate to, if you're in Google Sheets, and you have another document pulled up, all you want to do is navigate to your budget spreadsheet. Now, I'm on the transactions tab, and that is where I want you to place your focus. When you're out and about, looking at the summary sheet is kind of hard on a cell phone because you have to do a lot of scrolling. But you can look at the basic expenses and income if you need to access that information. Let's say that you're, out and about and you are trying to talk to maybe your lender, or you're trying to talk to a company about a loan, or you have a question about something. You can look at your expense and income report, and you can actually see how much money you have spent and how much money you have left. So the place where you're going to be able to see how much money you have left every month is at the very bottom of the screen for your expenses. What this is going to do is it's going to subtract your income from your expenses, and you'll be able to see how much money you have left. All right. So, but when you're out and about and you're doing your running around, the thing that you want to focus on is this transactions um, tab. You want to hit the transactions tab and you want to enter anything that you're spending money on. So we have some transactions in here already just to kind of show you, how this might work. We're going to go through a transaction really quickly here and just show you how this works when you're entering information. So for the date, you just want to enter in the date. So we'll say it's 5/20. Well, this says 5/28, so we'll say 5/29/26. Okay, then when you get done entering your information, you want to click on the check mark, and then you want to go to the next column, and that's going to be the amount that you spent. So when you're out and about, you have your receipts in hand, you just came out of the store. All you want to do is just put in the amount of money that you spent. You're going to click in the area where it says enter text or formula. You're just going to click on that real quick. Okay. And then you're going to type in the amount of money that you spent. All right. And then you're going to click on the check mark. And then you're going to just kind of scroll over. And there is the description column. You're going to write a description of what you just spent money on. And you're going to click on that again. Now, it's going to show you the numeric keypad. But what you want is the alphanumeric keypad because you're going to write in a description, right? So on the right-hand side, you see where there's an uppercase and a lowercase a. You want to click there, and it's going to bring up your alphanumeric keypad. So here you're just going to say garden equipment or something like that. So maybe you went to Home Depot and bought some equipment for your garden because it's May and it's time to do the gardening, right? And then the category. So the categories have already been defined. You put them into the summary spreadsheet. So all you're going to do here is click on the down arrow, and it's going to bring up a list of items, right? So those have already been entered for you. All you're going to do is just type in. Now you can type in, I would think this would fall under maybe home decor. Um, yeah, we'll just maybe put it under home decor. This might be something that you might want to think about the category. You may want to add a category like household or garden or something like that. But for now, since we don't have that, we're just going to leave it under home decor. And it's really as simple as that. And that way, all of your expenses are going to be captured, right? You don't even have to worry about, tracking your expenses on another sheet of paper, or, putting it somewhere and misplacing it, or having to deal with a bunch of receipts. Once you have that information entered into your spreadsheet, then if you lose the receipt, it's not as big of a deal. Okay. So then once you're done entering all your expenses for the day, then you're going to click on the check mark, and that's going to be the end of it. And the great thing about it is all of this is going to be reflected on your summary. Okay. So all the things that you just entered are going to be shown in this actual column. Now, the plan column is what you have entered for your monthly budget. And when you have your plan column or your monthly budget already entered, then the spreadsheet is going to subtract what you plan to spend from what you actually spend. And that's where you're going to come up with the difference that is reflected in this column. But as you can see, we have a lot of these that have not been filled in. And the reason for that is because this is a spreadsheet that we sell. And, when you get your spreadsheet, you want it to be absolutely blank so that you can fill in the information with your data. And so the information that you're looking at right now is going to be cleared out of this spreadsheet so that we can sell it to people and they can get a very fresh spreadsheet. But we wanted to do this video so that we could show you how this works. Now, when you get back to your house, let's say that you get back to your home and you want to look at your budget spreadsheet in its entirety, right? You want to look at these numbers and see exactly where you are on a big screen. All you have to do is just pull this spreadsheet up, and all these numbers that you've entered as you've run around and done your errands and things like that, all of that's going to be right there if you're on your laptop or you're on your tablet, all that information is going to be right there. So you don't have to worry about having to enter it again. It's not going to matter what device you're on. This is going to automatically populate. Okay. So that is pretty much it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'll be glad to help you. All right, we're going to just go ahead and close this out, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.